Fittingly, Kyrie Irving kissed the Atlanta Hawks goodnight. The Boston Celtics star was delightful with the basketball Monday, uncorking several highlight reel plays as his team survived a 110-107 win. When the Celtics didn't have their usual zest early, Irving refused to let them fall too far behind. When they pulled ahead late in the third, he was in the middle of it all, slinging beautiful assists to his teammates. And then Irving scored 12 fourth-quarter points to hold off Atlanta. The Celtics lost the advantage with 3 minutes left, but the point guard sealed his defender for an easy bucket to go back ahead. After his team fell behind again, he drilled a contested three-pointer to regain a 1-point lead. And even though Irving took one overly ambitious triple during the final minutes, he knew what to do with less than 30 seconds left, waving everybody off so he could isolate against Hawks point guard Dennis Schroeder. Irving's floater bounced softly against the rim, fell through the bucket, and allowed the Celtics to walk away with their 9th straight victory. They got shredded by Dennis Schroeder, 23 points, 6 assists, and Dwayne Dedmon 19 points, 12 rebounds during the first half, convinced head coach Brad Stevens to call a timeout mere seconds into the third quarter, and allowed Marco Bellinelli and Malcolm Delaney to go relatively bonkers. But Irving 35 points, 7 assists delivered a series of key plays. Marcus Smart fed Jayson Tatum for a dagger three-pointer, and Boston did just enough to win. The ugly first half. 2 minutes into the second quarter, Terry Rozier dribbled off his foot near half-court. That would have been troubling enough, but the play spiraled into further grossness. While the Hawks hustled after the loose ball, Rozier and Smart, normally the first ones to the floor, pondered where to eat dinner, internally debated the merits of Stranger Things, or maybe just failed to work as hard as they should have. The Hawks beat them to the floor, and Dennis Schroeder saved a possession like this. Murray, at Murray 10. November 7, 2017. The Celtics have defended with sharpness all season, but were a step slow during the first half. Schroeder and Dwayne Dedmon both lit them up as the Hawks combined to shoot 55% from the field before the break, with 26 points in the paint. The Celtics still entered halftime with a tie because Al Horford 15 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists delivered a nice all-around effort. Irving did some silly things in a good way with the basketball, and the Hawks insisted on passing out of bounds too many times. 10 turnovers before halftime. But the first half might have been Boston's worst of the season. Not helping, Jaylen Brown picked up 3 fouls over the first 9 minutes, including one where he just grabbed his defender's shorts. There were still early highlights. Irving can spin basketball magic from time to time. Here he is beating 4 defenders for an outrageous hoop. This is not easy to do. Twitter.com/QXSVsCT7 John Corrales at RedsArmy_John November 7, 2017. And here he is getting freaky with a series of handling moves. Kyrie Fandles Club at World_Wide_Wob November 7, 2017. Even when the Celtics weren't great, Irving was a mad. Brad Stevens called timeout 47 seconds into the second half to alert his team he did not enjoy the way things were unfolding. Did he scream at the players? Threaten to fight them one by one? Grab them by the throats and vow to remove their small intestines if they failed to begin executing? No. He chose a quieter method to communicate his displeasure. Didn't look like Brad Stevens said much or anything to the team during that timeout. Boston sleepwalking right now in Atlanta. Chris Mannix at Chris Mannix's November 7, 2017. The silence worked. Within minutes, the Celtics were passing like this. The defense picked up, too, though that took a bit of time. After splashing all sorts of wide-open three-pointers early in the third quarter, the Hawks scored just 4 points over the final 608 of the period. As their offense dried up, Boston surged. Tatum 21 points, 8 rebounds, hit a couple of three-pointers. Irving continued to show off basketball brilliance, and the bench duo of Semi Ojeleye and Daniel Theis brought all sorts of energy. The fourth quarter didn't always go so well, but the Celtics and Irving had enough answers down the stretch.